The one and only, ladies and gentlemen, Urban Magic Johnson.
How are you?
Hey, look.
I don't want to mess up your
Maybe.
What's up, Key? You know when Key called, I got to be here. You know that.
He talking all that stuff. Hold on. All right, what channel was the Lakers on growing up?
K-Cal, Channel 9.
Nope.
Wait, what's on Channel 9? What you mean?
Nope. Channel 15, Prime Ticket.
That's when he switched the cable. K-Cal switched the cable with Prime Ticket. Stop. Stop.
Up here, we had to give Paul a little stuff that he's on the Lakers now, but Paul insisted. We all grew up on Magic.
But Joey, I was mad at him when the MLB playoffs and he picked San Diego. You know I was watching the show.
I got the money out of it, too.
Come on, you already know that money. LA boy, man, he's going with everybody besides the Dodgers.
I'm going against Keith. That's all that was.
Such a fraud.
You will be watching.
Yeah.
So you've got so much going on, obviously, in the sports and business world. So thank you for making time to join us on Speak. We really appreciate you. You're my all-time favorite guest in Undisputed History. Everyone always asks.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, nothing like having Magic.
Coming from you, too.
Oh.
And you know you and I go way back.
Thank you, Magic. Yes. You have an exciting rookie on your hands. It's the Commanders organization, someone that we all know very well. He played with my nephew at LSU. Keyshawn knows Jayden really well, and he's having an unbelievable season. How incredible has it been to just have him there, watch him grow, and get to know him?
Joy, he's just turned the Commanders franchise around, right? We were not selling out before this young man showed up. 9-5 in second place. We primed, hopefully, to be in the playoff. He's broken so many records. But also, he's a good dude. He's a good young man and good for the National Football League, but also good for other young players coming up behind them to say, that's how I should conduct myself as a young man. And first one to the building, last one to leave. He's putting in the work. The veterans have rallied around him and support him because this dude is so unselfish. He actually, never gives himself credit. He always credits somebody else. And our receivers are happy, the running backs, but the whole team. And then I think Coach Quinn has done a wonderful job. And we are really happy. But to see that man have, for a long time, the #1 jersey in the NFL, and so that speaks volumes. But we knew he was a great quarterback, but we didn't know he was going to be this special because, he surprised us all, dominating the way he's been doing this rookie season, and he should be Rookie of the Year, hopefully.
Your leadership skills obviously speak for itself in basketball and in professional arenas that you carry yourself in. When you looked at Jayden, though, from a leadership standpoint, does he have some of those same magic qualities in him that can lead a team to a Super Bowl? Oh,
no question about it, Key. The young man, you got to have it. He has it.
He does.
Right? And goes about it in a quiet way. And give his parents some credit, too.
Yeah.
They've done an incredible job. And, again, Jayden is he's a quiet but fun guy to be around. Even when he's out on the field, he's having fun. And that has made our whole entire team enjoy the process, right? And that's why I'm hoping so much that this team makes the playoff because we need something like that to help our team grow and go to the next level.
Yeah, he's changed the culture.
Yes.
But, while we're here, Magic, let's talk about the Lakers. What's going on with the Lakers? Let's talk the Lake Show, because we know about Celtics is rolling.
Oh, look. Oh, you want to throw the Celtics in there now.
I'm saying, though, what's up with the Lakers? What you think they selling this year?
Well,
can they turn it around?
No. In terms of, I'm talking about championship.
Yeah.
We don't have as much talent as the best teams in the West. The West is stacked. And so LeBron is playing at a high level. AD is, listen, the first 3 weeks, we thought he was the MVP as a league, right?
Right.
And so he's been dominating. And then what we need, Paul, the role players got to step up, and we have to get somebody who can be a consistent third scorer.
Yeah.
And that's what's missing. We one day Austin is playing great, maybe for a couple games, but then fall off. Or Rui will step up and then not being consistent. So, and we're making LeBron play too hard.
Way too hard.
You can't play this hard at his age.
That's what
so we need D'Angelo Russell, to step up as well. And so we're having problems with just being inconsistent. Yeah. And they made me mad, man. And when we played Minnesota in Minnesota, and then we turn around and Miami blew us out, and the way our effort, that's not Laker basketball. So we got to change some things. So hopefully Rob Pelinka can make a deal to improve the team. But listen, the West is just.
I mean, hold on, Keith. But how much longer do you see LeBron playing? I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yes, already.
Already.
Yes.
It's ridiculous him at 39 when I watch him, because I remember when I turned 35, it was hard for me to get out of bed. Toe, knee, ankle.
Don't get me started, Paul.
You're not. Clipper Paul.
No, ain't no Clipper Paul.
Washington Paul was nice.
Wizard Paul was done. Wizard Paul, he was so done, man.
Wizard Paul called game.
And then why did he fake that injury and they had to wheel him against the Lakers? What was that? What was that? What was that, man? Then came out and gave us 20 in the second half. Why you do that, man?
I'm from L.A. I have a flair for the dramatic.
There you go. Okay.
So, look, Magic, you ain't in that position right now where if I mention names of players and you speak on trading to the Lakers that we obviously going to get docked money and draft picks. So I'm going to ask you, would a guy like DeMar DeRozan, when he was available, help us?
Don't do that, Keith.
I'm just
that was
asking.
a couple years ago.
No, that was just recently. That was before he went to Sacramento, even.
Yes.
Not then. I'm talking about now.
They had the trade done. Kuzma for DeMar.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So why we couldn't?
And then we were going to get Buddy Hield.
Yeah.
That's all we had to do.
Okay, so now that's over with. Jimmy Butler could be available. Is that somebody as a third scorer?
I like
that could
Jimmy.
Potentially come over, even though we're going to have to give him a large money to do it, an extension, but we're going to have to part ways with a couple of those role players.
But he's mean and physical.
And then you get older, too, though. They can't continue to get older, I don't think.
Yeah.
What you want us to do? We try to win now.
You almost got to say, do you want to win now, or do you want to save all that draft capital for later? And I say, with LeBron, you got to put out the best team.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. One thing about Jimmy Butler, in them playoffs, you already know.
He gonna show up.
He like you.
He gonna show
right?
up.
When them playoffs, you did your thing, right?
Yeah, he gonna
and
show
so
up.
I think that's what I like about Jimmy. And
like
Jimmy
Jimmy
already
too,
he already lived here.
See, I told
and so
you.
it's all the things
You're trying to
lined
take
up.
Jimmy out of Miami. I understand.
I told you. He's going to be here too, probably.
I don't know. Will Pat Riley really trade him? So we have to see if
they haven't given him his extension.
Right. But will they trade him, though?
Yeah.
Because he is still the heartbeat of that franchise, right? But let's see. But I like Jimmy Butler.
I like Jimmy,
and I like him personally, too.
What did you think of the Bronny and Big Bron moment and him playing alongside his father and how special and unique
Great
that was?
moment. Joy, if I had a chance to play with my son, right, that would have been a great moment for me. It was great for basketball. I'm happy that LeBron and Bronny got a chance to see that, hey, I'm not ready yet. And Dad said, hey, you're not ready yet. Go down to the G League, develop. And I think next year he'll probably be ready for the NBA. And so, but it was a special moment. And I'm glad that we got a chance to see it, And Lakers always... The Laker organization are about special moments and historical moments, and that was just another one of them.
We talk about this a lot because obviously you were the face of the NBA and LeBron is older now, perhaps in his last year, certainly in his last years.
Right.
KD is getting older, Steph is getting older. We're in this new age of the NBA, but we don't really have a face amongst the younger players yet. Who do you see as being the face of the NBA? Well,
right now you still got to go with Steph, LeBron, KD, Kevin Durant. And then
I mean, we just won a championship.
Can I keep going?
All right, go ahead.
We gonna get there.
There's no one face of the NBA, man.
All right.
Giannis,
All right, y'all.
Tatum.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Okay, man.
I deal with this all the time.
Yeah.
Ant-Man is right there.
Well, I love him.
If Ja can clean things up, he gonna be right
That's
there.
right.
Come on now.
Yeah.
But we've named a lot of faces.
I think the NBA
Is
is
there,
a good
is there a face?
Well, the problem is, Joy, you got to win championships. And those guys, the old heads or the OGs, have won the championships.
Yeah.
Right.
So until Anthony Edwards win, Tatum just won. But I think that Boston, it's so funny when you play for the Lakers and the Celtics, it's like the franchise instead of the players. Sometimes it's like the Boston Celtics with Tatum, with Brown, and like the Lakers, and then it's LeBron and so on, so on, so on, so on. So Tatum and Brown, that team, listen, I love the way they play because 5 guys touch the ball. It might be the only team in basketball right now that ball moves around. Horford will touch it, and they're screening and moving. And when they got Drew Holiday, that was it.
Yeah, Drew
right
is an incredibly underrated player.
A star playing with superstars, right? Because he's almost like James Worthy in the sense of he didn't really care about the publicity. James just put up the numbers. I'm not saying their game is the same. Their attitude was the same.
Yeah.
He just cared about winning. And James rather just go home and you didn't have to write about him.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday's the same way.
Yeah.
It's a guy who I'm going to show up, do my job, and I'm going to go home.
What's happened to the rivalries in today's game? Like, I mean,
Because they don't hate each other.
That's
They don't like, see, I hated Larry and every Celtic. I really don't like you, but you my little brother. Now I love you because you out of that green and white.
Well, he out of that green and white. Right. Yeah.
But
Somewhat.
that's what it was, right? You the Celtics, Lakers hate each other, disliked each other. So it made for great TV and people tuning in. And now with, I don't know if it's AAU, I don't know what it is. Now everybody's shaking each other's hand. Everybody like each other, won't go at each other like really hard. Even that's what happened to the All-Star game, see?
Yeah.
See, the All-Star
carried into the All-Star game. Right there.
See, we hated the East.
Right.
I'm coming to bust you.
Right.
Michael, Isaiah, Dr. J. You can't have one over me. See, I'm coming to get that. Now, okay,
see, Magic, this is what I
let
said.
them score 200 to 200. What is that?
This is what I say. In your era, that's how, when I played, we was forced to play because Cole was going to force you to play.
That's right.
Like, you don't come out here lollygagging because he coming hard. It got to come from the top.
Yep.
It got to come from LeBron saying, hey, we going to take this serious. From KD saying, hey. From Steph saying, hey. That's where it's got to come from.
Well, I knew Larry Bird was coming for me.
Right.
You see?
That's it.
And if we line it up now,
right.
He put on that green, I put on that purple.
Yeah, he ain't playing. You ain't playing.
Come on, man.
Right.
And that's what it's got to get back to that.
Yeah.
And it's a reason why the number of viewerships are going down. And these guys better wake up and say, hey, man, we got to change this. And also, load management. The guys got to play.
They got to play. They got to play. We took pride in playing.
Yes.
82 games. Like, I wanted to.
Yes.
Toe hurting, knee, ear, finger. Like, I still want to be. I'm out there.
This is a joy for me because this was my little brother. You know, UCLA pickup game.
Right.
We smacked him around.
Smacked me
I used to call phantom fouls on him to win the game.
And you have the juice to say them out.
I done told this story 1,000 times. I done told this story 1,000 times, Joy. I'm guarding the Magic. It's 6-6. Game on the line. I'm guarding him, and I know what he gonna do. He gonna back me down, go to his hook. Boom. So he backed me down. He go to his hook. I jump. It hit front rim. We get the rebound, throw it ahead, score. We get the game. We jump. Yeah, we got her. Magic turn around, look back, say, nah, you know that. Hey, that was a foul.
Let the young fella just get a win like that. Hey, you know better than that.
Next play down, they throw it to him. Hook again, he hit it, game over.
You did
But
not,
you know
but
what I was
still
teaching
know.
them? And Reggie Miller, same thing. I was teaching them that it wasn't going to be easy.
Right.
And this is what's going to happen in the NBA.
Right.
And then my boy Key, we were running the city at the same time, right? What?
No, I ain't say nothing.
I just said, oh, man, here we go. Now. Man, you had the baddest restaurant that's ever been in this city, brother.
You did.
We did a good job.
Why you not running it back, Key?
No, we good.
was a good
we
era.
advanced.
That was a
we
good
advanced
era.
from that.
You're not getting back into that
Yeah.
business.
Rain, was it rain?
Yeah, it was raining.
Yeah, I used to be there on Friday.
Man.
But that, you know, being around Buck, as we call him, those that know, I flew. I was young. But I had known Magic obviously way before the
I was on the sideline at the USC football
USC
game,
games,
watching
the
them play.
whole deal, and going to his All-Star game at the Forum and Grand Slam downtown, after party, the whole thing.
That's crazy how far we go back, man.
Yeah. But this was the Nick Van Exel era. When we flew together, me and Magic flew together to Houston on Continental Airlines. We sat next to each other. And we talked the whole 3 hours on the flight.
Yeah.
And I listened majority of the time about just how to evolve, where to go, how to do things, how to navigate, how to move around. And that always, for the most part, stuck with me, as I grew on and off the field, because that's just, many people don't get a chance to be able to sit next to somebody and talk to them for 3 hours, especially Magic. So you got to take all that and run with it.
But
So-
you did, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
And
for
that's
sure.
why I always will support you when you call this show, any other show, I'm here,
I get it.
and for both of you. And I passed on some of nice Magic to him and Baron Davis.
In LA Magic ran the city for 20 years, and he gave it to us for a couple years. He gave it to us for a couple years.
Man, that thing, though, Paul, was better than All-Star
Yes.
Weekend.
It was.
And it wasn't nothing but, was it 3
better.
days, maybe?
3 days.
Yeah, it was
better
Joy,
than
it was
All-Star Weekend.
better than NBA All-Star Weekend by far. It was ridiculous. That's all I can say. How many championships do you have?
Total, I have 15 championship rings.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, in all different sports.
In all different sports. And I was saying, the reason because Joy is going to transition, I just was thinking about the latest championship with the Dodgers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how fun was that? Even though Sucker over here, he tried to go against me.
I know.
Come on, man.
It was great because this team had so much pressure on them once we signed Ohtani to win the World Series and to do it the way we did it. And the Dodgers are a fun team to watch. And so we were an exciting team to watch. And once we got past the Padres, we thought we had a great shot of winning. We thought we were the best team standing after that. And the guys went out there and did it. And then the city and the country reacted, right? We sold more T-shirts after a championship than any other franchise, right? I mean, the Dodger fans are crazy about the Dodger team. And I'm just happy. Cookie and I were just going crazy, to know that, our team had won for the second time. And so it's been a real blessing, man, to be a part of the Dodger ownership team, but also just to know that it happened in L.A., right, that we did it for the Dodger fans. And it's special. So that's why I hope that the Lakers get back so we can have another parade. But until they make a move, that's not going to happen.
Think about that, man. 15 championships. Not including the 17 hanging. If you add those,
what's the guy? Everything he touched turned to gold. Midas. The Midas touch, right?
Appreciate that. You know that.
We mentioned Larry Bird, and obviously we know the rivalry that you two had and how important you two coming into the league meant for the NBA, had an iconic, it really saved the league and everything that came from that, and you coming to the perfect city. 2 years ago in the women's NCAA championship, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark had a moment, which I immediately compared to you and Larry. Right. And they have translated to the WNBA in a lot of very mirrored ways to you, and we're seeing the rise of that league, the fastest growing brand in the country.
That's right.
Because of the two of them coming in with those storylines and how important stories are to growing the league. So do you like that comparison, and do you see where that is going?
Joy, I love it because, to your point, they dominated in college. And
as you both did.
Yes. And then they brought it over to the WNBA, just like we brought it to the NBA. We changed the NBA. They changed the WNBA.
Yeah.
And now everything that these young ladies been fighting for, they're about to get, right? They end up getting private planes now. They're going to get more money in terms of salary because of the new collective bargaining agreement that the NBA and WNBA did together. So it's just amazing the way they were able to go around arenas across the country and sell them out. And little girls are now dreaming about being like Caitlin, like Angel, and others, you know. And so it has been great to watch. And me being a Sparks owner, both of them kicked our butts, but hopefully we can come back and have a fantastic season. But it is fun, and now you see everybody wants a franchise now. You see everybody's trying to get a franchise. It's growing. And women's college basketball, I want to give them too love, but let's also give Don Staley in South Carolina some love too, because they made it grow as well.
Yes.
Yeah, they played a huge role in it.
Yeah.
So I have a note here that Keyshawn was your landlord at some point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was in one of his plots. Yes.
How was Key as a landlord?
Key is fantastic.
He was flexible on the rent?
Man, what you think? I'm a slumlord? Man, what the hell?
Joy, I love writing a check to Key, you know. And how many times, that might have been history. That two former athletes.
Yeah, from the same city.
From the same city, that you a landlord, I'm a tenant.
It may have never happened.
That's what I'm saying. It's probably never happened in history, right? And, you know, the beautiful thing about it is that this young man said, you know what, I want to be a businessman. A lot of dudes won't come to you and really say, hey, man, can you help me? Give me some advice. You know, the ego too big. And
I mean, I got an ego, but it ain't bigger than yours, so I'm good.
But you bagged it.
I gotta bow down.
But you bagged it up, see, on the football field, see? And so, but I'm talking about ego away from football. You came in and say, hey, I don't know this. How can you help me? And so we connected already. We already knew each other. We were already hanging out. And so when he came for advice, I gave him some advice. But then he applied that. And so it was a pleasure.
I applied it and said, say, man, sign this lease. I want $12 a square foot. I'm going to give you 5 years plus another 5 with an option of another 5.
That was cool.
He brought in one of his Starbucks in the shopping center that I redeveloped in South Los Angeles. That was the first redevelopment in Lord knows how long in South Los Angeles, and he brought in Starbucks. In the hood, like in the hood. This is not like in the fake hood suburban. This is like was in where the riots took place and everything. Yeah. And I went in, bought the land, redeveloped it, brought in Home Depot, McDonald's, a whole bunch of stuff. But he was one of my anchor tenants in terms of Starbucks.
And also created jobs.
He created a lot of jobs.
See, that's the key. That's the key that we both created a lot of jobs for people who live in the community, people of color. And it was really beautiful. And here's two black men who was able to, one, own a building, Keyshawn, and me be his tenant. So that was beautiful.
Who gave you the best advice?
A lot of people. You know, I saw two African Americans where I grew up, Joe Ferguson and Greg Eden, who own buildings. That's why my dreams changed from just being a basketball player to becoming a businessman. And then Dr. Jerry Buss. No, there will never be an owner like him. Man. Never. He was the coolest dude and just wore jeans, but he understood entertainment. He's the one that changed sports forever. you know, the Laker girls, and on and on and on. You know, the club, the Laker club.
Ooh, Forum Club.
I'm Forum Club.
You understood what Los Angeles was about.
Oh, my goodness. And also bringing in
Entertainment.
The live band in the stadium.
Yep.
And the tastemaker, trendsetters of the city.
Right.
And bring everybody together. And so, and then he understood the show on the floor. Okay, let's make sure we pay attention to Showtime. But once Showtime over with, we're going to go upstairs and have a good time.
Right.
And that's what made Dr. Buss.
Yeah, going upstairs and having a good time. I just remember because I was so young. I'm like, you know.
We were both single then, bro.
Yeah, but I was young, though. It was like.
Oh, you was young and doing your thing. And everybody, they said, oh, here come Dark Gable around the corner. Key was real cool. Key, look at
You making me blush, though. I don't feel like that. I know.
That was back then.
But you got to think, I was in college at this time. I was
Yeah.
getting ready to
we showed
transition.
your menace from college.
I was getting
all the
ready to
time.
transition.
Well, see, Dr. Buss loved SC. He was a big supporter. So all the football players came to watch the Lakers play. And so that's how I got to know Key. And then Dr. Buss said, every Saturday, we're going to
USC
stand on the sideline and watch them play.
Yeah.
And so it's cool. This is really...
Man, that's crazy, the connection, because I remember y'all used to practice at my high
That's
school.
right. Inglewood High.
Yeah, before our practice facilities, they were practicing. And I remember peeking in and seeing, like, man, you know, this the connection right here. That's,
Well, to
that's
see
crazy.
the three of you guys working, and Joy, you so beautiful in terms of inside out and smart. You really, the point guard up here doing your thing.
Beyond.
But you've been doing it on all
Valuable.
the shows.
Thank you.
That's what I like.
Thank
Right.
you.
You know, even before this show,
Right.
just watching you just grow. And so, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate
Because
that.
a lot of women of color are sitting in this seat because of you.
Thank you.
Don't forget that.
I don't. I take it very seriously. Before we let you go, I have to snitch Paul out really quickly because
What do
he
you do
constantly
there?
compares the Cowboys fans to Lakers fans.
Yeah,
Saying that
I mean,
they are delusional. Cowboys fans are as delusional as Lakers fans. I would disagree because the Lakers have won more championships.
That's what I'm talking
No,
about,
that's
Joy.
But the
That's true.
delusion.
What you talking
It's
about?
just been lately. It's just lately.
What you
It's
talking
just
about,
lately,
man?
Madge. It's just lately. It's just lately.
You
It's just
know,
lately.
you
It's just
guys-
lately.
Well, he also deals with Key every day, who
I
thinks
gotta
that they are
take
winning a
takes on our
championship this year.
championship and call it the Mickey Mouse and all that Disney World.
Hey, listen,
Like that, they would have won. They'd have took that and ran.
And you know what? If we had a one, Magic be saying the same
Wait
thing
a
about
minute.
us.
Didn't every team have the same?
Opportunity.
There you go.
You dang Skippy.
There you go. There you go.
But it's different when you got to walk into the garden and play. And you got to get to play on the practice court every day that you practice at and have a routine.
Did you tell the Celtics that when they lost?
No.
I mean, I'm trying to get where you're going with
But
this.
you get an advantage. You have certain advantages. And when you have a great record, I should be able to play 4 times here and 3 times there.
Right. Well, they did
You
what
know
they
what I'm
needed to
saying?
do within the
Everybody had the
parameters.
same rules.
Opportunity. Everybody.
I get it.
Under
I
the
get it,
same
Matt.
conditions. Paul.
I actually argue that
I
it was
get
one
it.
of the harder ones.
Oh, for sure.
Considering
But what
all the
makes-
factors, what was going on in society, what was going on outside the
Yeah.
doors, the pressures of staying in there and staying focused and getting tested and all of that.
And you, all 3 of us, well, all 4 of us, no way could stay in a hotel for a month and couldn't have nobody visit.
No.
That's
I
tough.
mean,
that's
can you
tough.
imagine
That's
that?
tough. That's
I
tough.
would have never been
get
able
it.
to.
I get it.
No way.
They was having.
That's
They was
difficult.
having. I heard
See,
there was
Lou
some conjugal
Williams couldn't
visits.
handle it.
Could have been lemon
I
pepper
think-
pie.
Yeah, Lou Williams couldn't
I
handle
heard
it.
there was some. I heard there was some conjugal visits that was going on.
Yeah, Lou got the chicken wings going, man.
You are crazy. You are
So I
crazy.
heard everybody was good.
You know, I've been watching the show. I didn't know I was going to have this much fun.
Well, thank you. We really, really appreciate you coming on and making the time.
anytime.
A
I
legend.
love him. When he called, I'm going to be here, you know, so anytime.
I appreciate it.
Happy holidays to everybody,
Thank you.
too.
Thank you.
appreciate
And good luck.
You and everybody know how I am.
You already know. You already know.
It means
You
a lot.
already know.
Thank you for making some time with us. Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.